Okay, YouTube Automator, so you just watched a video about the dopamine framework. You understand how to use that chemical inside of people's brains to get them to want to watch to the very end. But there's still something massively important about raising your average view duration that you do not yet understand. And I call that thing the human test. Now, although it may seem obvious and it may seem like something like, Caleb, why would you even bring that up? We all know that. A lot of people get this one simple thing wrong about YouTube. And that's that there are actual human beings that are watching your videos. Maybe saying, well, Caleb, that's an obvious statement. Once again, I mean, what are going to be watching my videos? Is there going to be a donkey watching my video? Maybe there's one or two puppies watching my videos here and there. But at the end of the day, people know that human beings are watching their videos. But when they create content, they don't think of it that way. I talk to a lot of creators and I can just see the lens that they look at YouTube is they literally just see the numbers on the screen and forget there's actual people behind those numbers. And they're trying to figure out how can I raise the number of views that I'm getting, but you really need to be figuring out is how can I raise the number of people that number one, want to click on my video, and number two, most importantly, that enjoy actually watching my content. You see, click-through rate isn't just limited to the title and thumbnail, even though that's why I said it's the most important part. There's also another component of the click-through rate that a lot of people don't talk about. And that is having actual good content. If you have good content, real human beings will start to trust your videos and want to watch even more of them. Like there's celebrities who upload videos and they have terrible titles, terrible thumbnails, yet they get millions of people to click on their videos. Their click-through rate is insane. It's through the roof. Why? Because their content is just that good to where people have seen it before and they think to themselves, oh, I want to watch one of these videos because I know it's valuable. There's people I watch, they don't know anything about YouTube, but I give them views every single day because I trust the content that they're producing. So if you really want a great click-through rate, long term, and not just videos that go viral, but you want to consistently be having viral videos and you really want to create a sustainable channel, then what you want to do is produce good content. That way people don't just watch one video or trust you just one time, but you earn their trust for life and they continue to watch videos over and over and over again. And here's the number one key to creating good content. Create good content. Like actually create good content. We're going to train your team on how to do that. We're going to train them on doing the right research and make it entertaining. But I want you guys watching your videos and say, if I was an actual human that clicked on this video, would I enjoy watching this? Would this entertain me? And one of the number one ways to figure out if your video would entertain an actual human being is to do the human test. It's to show your videos to an actual person that you know and ask their feedback. But don't just ask it. If you can particularly watch the video with someone and then kind of pay attention to their eyes. When do they look off? When do they stop paying attention? When are they kind of just like not fully engaged? What times are they fully engaged? And if you can see how an actual human watches your videos, you'll notice that you'll produce way better content. So one of the things I did when I was first starting out, when I was creating videos on Facebook and doing my whole thing, is I would create minute-long videos and I'd show them to my dad. And at any moment, maybe 25 seconds in, he would just glance off real quick, not because he didn't love me and didn't want to support me, but because maybe it wasn't the most entertaining part of the video, or maybe, he'd be nodding his head throughout the entire video, and at one part he'd kind of stop, and he'd nod his head some more. I would just take that part of the video that didn't entertain him, and I would take that thing out. I would literally go to my friends, I'd say, hey, what do you think about this video? And I would show my friends my videos and see how entertained they are. And I didn't just listen to say if they said good job, because a lot of people would say it's good job, but I watched their actions. I watched how they were watching. I asked them questions about it, like, okay, it was a good video. What was your favorite part? What was your favorite point? Is there any part of the video that wasn't necessarily the best? Don't worry, it won't hurt me. In fact, it will hurt me if you don't give me any feedback, because that doesn't make me any better. And it's the way that I would approach them. And I have all these people that I really were close to and that I knew, I'd have them watch my videos and give me feedback on what I can do to make the videos better. Now, obviously, all feedback, let's be real, it's not always good feedback. Sometimes people are going to tell you that you need to take this part out, you need to take this part out. And maybe, honestly, they just don't know what they're talking about. But you can also, you can tell, are they coming from a place of, number one, they don't understand why you did what you did, or number two, they're just an actual human that watched your video and that part didn't entertain them. It's a balance you need to find. So I encourage you guys to do, as you start to produce videos, literally sit down and show them to actual people and watch how they watch them. Send it to your aunt, send it to your uncle, send it to your parents, send it to your brother, send it to your sister, show it to your spouse, show it to your kids, show it to everyone you know, and say, hey, what do you think about this video? And see if it entertains them, see if it captivates them. And here's how you really know. This is how you really know if it's a good offer, if it's a good video. I say good offer because I'm so used to doing marketing, and really, I use this test whenever I'm doing offers. Like, for example, if I'm creating an offer of selling something, let's say I'm selling YTA, right? So I'm selling YTA to people out there on the internet. Before I launch it, I'll show it to someone that I know. And the way that I know if it's good is not just if they say, yeah, it's a good offer, or it's a great offer. I know if they say, how can I get access to that? If they say that, I know it's a great offer. The same thing, if someone goes, that's a great video. Like, do you have any more videos I can watch? Like, that's how you know you have nailed it. Now, off the bat, you're probably not gonna get there, but eventually you get to the place where your videos are so good, your own friends and family are gonna start watching your videos over and over and over again. And it's cool because you'll probably have them watch it and they won't even know it's your video just because your title and thumbnail was that good that they clicked on the video and your content was that good that they watched it to the end. So I want you guys to actually do the human test. Now, one quick thing I want to add in, kind of on top of creating content that's important to know. Once again, guys, as everything with YouTube, use OPC. There's a lot of things I can tell you about creating content, but there's people in your niche that have already proven the content that people want to watch. So as much as the dopamine framework is fantastic, at the same time, watch people in your niche and see if they're doing that. Because maybe there's reasons why they, instead of putting what I said there, they put something else there. Or maybe you can say, listen, maybe they're missing out on not putting this here, so I'm gonna put this here. So I encourage you guys to use OPC. Go to channels in your niche, watch the videos and say, why do people enjoy this? Like, what emotion are they feeling? Like, how does it captivate people to watch to the very end? Do they say something specifically? Is there any patterns? I would inhale content in my niche, not just the thumbnails, not just the titles, but the actual content themselves and say, why are people enjoying this? Here's the deal. It's hard to produce content for people that you don't understand. That's another really important thing to understand. These are real human beings. So maybe you're producing content in the weight loss niche, but you personally aren't overweight. So maybe you need to sit down and say, literally see it through a lens of someone who's currently overweight and wants to lose weight. How are they watching this video? What made them click on it? Why are they watching it to the very end? And maybe just that understanding of the lens. Like, all great marketers, really what makes them great marketers is not that what that goes on in their head, it's that they can get into their buyer's head. That's what makes me a great marketer. Whenever I'm like doing a video where I'm selling something, I'm not in Caleb Maddox's head. I'm in whose ever head that I'm selling to. I'm thinking, what are they thinking right now? What objection do they have for me? It's the same thing. All the great YouTubers, they're not in their own head. They're in their viewer's head saying, what here are they not going to enjoy? What can I do here to make it even more captivating? And that's another important thing to understand is some of you guys are in different niches, so your viewers are different type of people. So maybe if you're creating content for younger people and you go show it to your 60-year-old mother, maybe she's not the best person to do the human test on because she doesn't understand the content. If you're in the video game niche, maybe it's not good to show that content to someone like me who personally doesn't play video games. You want to do the human test on actual humans in your niche. And one way you can actually do that is when you create the videos, you can go in Facebook groups of people in your niche or groups of your niche, or go online or on Twitter and people are tweeting about videos in your exact same niche. And you can say, hey, can you watch this real quick? I'm an aspiring YouTuber. I'm just starting out. I want to make sure that the content I'm creating people actually enjoy. Do you have any feedback? And maybe they can literally tell you X, Y, Z, you need to change this, this, and this. So I want you guys getting inside the head of the actual humans behind your screen and understanding what's going on in their heads. Like when I would do motivational videos, I knew what was going on in people's heads. I knew when I said a certain sentence and did certain mannerisms. And sometimes people were like, Caleb, you know, you're talking too fast. But I also knew that when someone's scrolling through their Facebook feed, if I did this, they're more likely to stop scrolling because if they see my mannerisms, I talk super, super fast. And although a lot of people get mad that I talk super, super fast, I also tried videos where I didn't talk super fast, and guess what? The videos where I talked fast and had passion, they were the ones that went the most viral because that's what separated me. If I was just the same person giving advice like this, it was different. But when they see a 14-year-old kid that's fired up and doing this, that's what actually got humans' attention. So I'm getting fired up. Now I'm in like motivational kill mode. But follow the human test. Actually figure out what are people in your niche watching? What do those humans enjoy watching? Show it to human beings and realize there's humans behind the actual screen. Now another tip I want to give you guys real quick is the importance of fulfilling the clickbait. All you have to do to make a really great video, this is it. You need to ask yourself, what are the expectations people are going into this with, and how can I deliver on what they expected and more? That's the question. So if someone's going in your video, let's go back to the analogy I just used, the dopamine framework. This is a video I want to watch. I'm going to see if there's any videos out there about this. But the top 10 things the Queen of England isn't allowed to do. Well, what are they expecting? They're expecting some outrageous stuff the Queen of England isn't allowed to do. So in your videos, you want them, by the time they're done, is to go, what are they expecting? You want them to go, wow, I can't believe the Queen of England can't do that. Like, that's what you want them doing. So people, when they go into it, they have a question. You want them leaving with an answer. Whether that be, what are 10 things the Queen of England can't do that I can't believe? And then at the end, you want them going, man, I can't believe those 10 things the Queen of England can't do. If I'm doing a video called the 7 ways to make your first $1,000, 7 proven ways to make your first $1,000, my only goal in that video is how can I fulfill on what they clicked on? They clicked on this video because they want to find out the 7 ways to make their first $1,000. How can I have them leave ready to make their first $1,000? It's fulfilling on the clickbait. If, for example, Mr. Beast does all these crazy videos. He does a video called Anything You Can Fit in This Circle, I'll Pay For. Guess what? In that video, anything people can fit in that circle, he pays for. He fulfilled on the clickbait that he gave. I'm telling you guys, you can almost never have an unhappy viewer if you just fulfill on the clickbait. That's it. Whatever got them to click on the video, whatever baited them to click, if you just give them that, they'll be excited. And let me give you a little tip. Give them what they were expecting and more. Like, I personally would do I would do 7 ways to make 7 proven ways to make your first $1,000. They're probably expecting something. I'll throw in 1 bonus way and be like, by the way, this is how you can make also your first $10,000. Well, think about it. A viewer comes in expecting to make their first $1,000. I give them a bonus way to make their first $10,000. They're going to leave not just a viewer, but a fan. If you talk about the 10 things the Queen of England can't do, and you maybe throw in, by the way, I don't even really see a lot of faceless channels doing this, but this actually could be a really, really good thing. You'd be like, by the way, I know I just went through the 10 things, but here's a quick bonus thing that that a prince isn't allowed to do. You just say something random. People are going to love it because you fulfilled on the clickbait and you over-delivered. So the most important thing is fulfilling on the clickbait and then figuring out how can I over-deliver to where what people came in expecting, I over-deliver on their expectations. And the final thing I want to say in this video about the human test, because this is what we're talking about, real humans watching your videos. You fulfill the clickbait, they're happy. This is what we're doing. We're trying to figure out how can we make real human beings love our content. The final thing I want to say is this. The best automated channels don't look automated. That's the goal. You want someone coming across your channel and thinking someone spends hours every single day creating these videos and they care about the content they're producing. And a lot of times you see people, they're just trying to put up content. But if you can come at it and people think, wow, they put effort in this thing was a great production. If people think that, they're gonna leave fans, they're gonna watch more and more and more. And the more people watch your videos, the more that you get paid. So I encourage you guys, I want you guys making sure your channel, although it is eventually gonna be automated, even when it's automated, you don't want it to look automated. You want it to be like there's one person that sits there all day and says, how can I make this viewer extremely happy? The greatest automated channels, they don't seem automated. They seem like real human beings that are passionate about this channel. And guess what? The founder doesn't even work on it anymore, but they put the upfront sweat equity in. They put in that sweat. They created it. They cared about it up front, and they automated caring. And that's what you need to do. You don't want it to be you automate your channel. You need to be that you're automated caring about your channel. You want it to look like this channel is running because someone cares about it massively. So guys, that is the human test. It's looking at your videos from another human's perspective and from your ideal viewer's perspective. It's noticing that these aren't just numbers, these are actual people behind the camera. And then once again, do the human test. Literally show this to actual human beings before you let it go live, before you upload it, and get their feedback. Get their opinion. Send it to a friend, send it to a family. Say, hey, what do you think about this video? Maybe, right? I got a mind-blowing concept. Maybe don't even tell them it's your video. Just send it to them and be like, hey, this is interesting. And see if they watch it. Number one, if the clickbait was good enough, the title and thumbnail was good enough. And number two, see if they're like, wow, that's really interesting. Maybe that's actually really good. I'm going to do that for some of my channels. I'm going to send it to my friends and family as like, hey, this is an interesting video. Or, hey, just watch this video, check it out. And then don't even tell them it's from me and see what they say. That way they give me honest feedback. You want actual humans giving it, because if they can pass the human test, then humans are going to love your video. And by the way, don't forget, baby, you are just one video away.